He is one of the most popular photographers around, and you can see why. Some of his best-known portraits include former British Prime Minister Tony Blair and Hollywood star Al Pacino. His work is known for its personality, and he's in high demand among celebrities. Here, for the first time in Canada, is British photographer Cambridge Jones. Great to have you in.
Great to be here.
This must seem like such a whirlwind for you.
It is a bit. It's all happened very fast, but I enjoy every minute of it.
So you were asked to do, well, and you did this book off stage,
Yep.
and you did a number of, and as we can see, Sir Anthony Hopkins on the front. You were asked to capture them doing their own thing, not on stage.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, it's something I've become quite well known for, is to get people, celebrities as people rather than people as celebrities, somebody said, and that kind of captures why they asked me to do it, I think. So they sent me around for a year, going into their houses, getting them around the breakfast table or away from their screen persona.
Were you ever intimidated or maybe nervous at all to be walking in to shoot the likes of Joan Collins, you know?
Well, in a funny way, if you go to their house, they're opening the door, they're saying, do you want a cup of tea? They're trying to make me relax, which is perfect, because that I've got them where I want them in a way. Because they're not, if they come to a studio, then people tend to be more nervous. But if they're worrying about whether I'm nervous, they're not.
And
so.
do you know right away, I mean, you take a series of pictures of any one individual, but do you have a sense, like, I think I got it on that one?
You do.
What is it?
You go click and you think, that's it. And it's actually, I've been doing it with film and digital, and it's exactly the same. It's sort of an instant moment. And I can't tell you what it is. I've been asked many times how it works and what it's a sort of organic process. You just, you know, if I had a camera now here with you, we would know. I think we'd both feel it. It's almost tangible. You think, I got it.
Is it a different feel from doing, say, actors doing their own thing to, you know, you've done a number of former British Prime Ministers. Is that a very different feel?
There are three main things I do: politicians, actors, and musicians, and they're all completely different. Politicians, they have a look, they go into it, and they do it, and that's fine, and you have to break them out of it. Actors won't do anything. If they're not playing the Batman or whatever the persona is, they say, what do you want me to do? And they sit there with no body expression, no facial expression, and they say, what would you like me to do? And I just think, be yourself, but they don't. It's almost like that's the hardest thing.
Well, because they're used to playing roles and being told and reading scripts.
And they know that any movement is a decision and it will be a characteristic. But musicians are just phenomenal because they understand that images sell, and they're just great. They'll swing off the lampshade, and they'll do anything because they get that, and it's very refreshing to work with, very creative.
You're a country music fan.
I'm a huge
and you're going to get
music.
to do the Country Music Awards.
Yeah,
photos.
it's in March. They're opening an exhibition of my work of all the great country singers, and it's because one 73-year-old Mexican has designed for ages all the great kind of rhinestone country suits, and he did it in Hollywood first. He's called Manuel, and I mean he goes right back to Sgt. Pepper's, the cover on the Beatles album, and those jackets. Then Elvis in '68 when he came back in the black leather, Manuel did it. Bob Dylan when he met the Pope twice, each time in a different Manuel jacket, right up to Madonna, the White Stripes, all by this, they say he's the most famous man no one's ever heard of.
Wow. You talked about, I mean, well, politicians who might have a look when you have to kind of break them out. What about royalty? Because you're not, I mean, you've done a number of royal photos.
I think sorry, that's the fourth category, you're right. Because royalty is completely different. Everyone else, to a greater or lesser degree, knows they've got a persona and they know they have to give something.
Okay.
Royalty is the opposite.
Thank you.
It is quite difficult.
Moment.
Yeah, it is quite difficult. It's the thing that most threw me of everything. I've never been really nervous of going into anybody. But there was a moment with the Queen where I thought, whoa, how do I get this?
Yes.
But actually, you learn quite quickly that that's the thing you're capturing, is the calmness and this serene confidence of royalty is something you don't really know till you see it in the face, and it's, whoa, that is powerful. You're not... And I think maybe that will change now. I'm doing a book with Prince Charles, and I've never met his sons, but I look at them on TV and I think they're different. They like their mother, Diana, I think they know how the media works, and they're learning to work that in a different way. So it'd be interesting to photograph them at some point.
We'd love to have you back after you do that. That's great. Thank you so much for sharing part of your time with us today.
Thank you.